Hello, good morning, how are you? Thanks so much for clicking on today's video. I appreciate you being here. My name is Mr. Kyle Cohen. I'm a teacher here in Cleveland, Ohio. Excited to bring you along for a summer day in my life. Y'all, these summer days are numbered. It is the calm before the storm. I am trying to embrace these summer days without stressing out too much, because there will be plenty of time for stress in the very near future. I have so far woken up today. I got ready for the day. I actually showered and put on clothes. Someone commented in my last video that my hat was distracting. Actually, my cap was distracting. So, no cap for you today. You're welcome. I made some breakfast, just eating now. Got a few things I want to get done today. Today's more of a productive summer day, not a lay on the couch and watch Hamilton for a fourth time summer day. So, thought I'd bring you along for the ride. Let's get into it. Just getting situated at my desk, have a few things that I need to get done today. Let me actually show you what I need to get done today. Got my to-do list right here. I need to do my final summation, which is a graduate school assignment. I'm gonna film this day in the life vlog. I have a class meeting later today with my class from last school year, and I also want to work on my Google website for the upcoming year. So I'm gonna crank out this last grad school assignment right now, and then in about an hour and a half, we have a class meeting with my students from last school year, getting them all together. We're gonna play a couple games, check in on them, and that is the plan for this morning. Just finished up a bunch of work. I am now about to log on to Zoom to meet with my students from last school year. I always try over the summer to touch base with my students a couple of times. This year in particular, I'm thinking a lot about them because our year obviously came to an abrupt end in terms of in-person instruction back in March. We then did virtual for a few months, but I just want to check in with them, make sure everyone's doing well. I also am not returning to that school for next school year. I'm switching buildings and districts, so I just kind of want to do like one final last... I just want to provide the opportunity for them to see one another, especially because most of them are just home all summer with everything going on, and I just want them to have a space to see each other, to connect. I want to see them, and that's what we're about to do. What's up, Devin? I just got off the Zoom call with a bunch of my former students. It was so nice being able to see them, and also it was nice to provide them with a space to see one another. Given the time that we're living in, I'm thinking a lot about how kids and our students really aren't engaging with each other. They are at home, physically distancing from one another. So this was just really great for them to get to chat and connect with their friends. I also just wanted to provide them a space to like play. So we played Kahoot, which is one of my favorite virtual activities. Throughout the spring and this summer, I was really able to think about what activities are great for distance learning and virtual learning. I also facilitated a virtual camp over the summer, so I got a bunch of ideas in terms of different activities and games, from Kahoot to bingo to scavenger hunts to name that tune, Pictionary, the list goes on and on. I'm actually considering devoting an entire YouTube video just to virtual learning activities and games. So if that is something that's interesting to you, give this video a like, comment down below what you are specifically looking for, what kinds of icebreakers, games, activities would be most beneficial to you. I have a long list, so hopefully that would be something that you all would be interested in as well. I'm about to just finish up a few things on my computer, respond to some emails, and get some other tasks done. I'm then gonna eat some lunch, and we will get started this afternoon on my Google website, which I can't wait to show you. Just ate some lunch. I am now back at my desk, going to do a little bit more work until I call it for the week and start to enjoy my weekend. I am currently working on my Google website. I feel like this year I need to be preparing for in-person, I need to be preparing for virtual, because at any given moment throughout the year, we might be told to shift. And the last thing I want is to be completely thrown off and not prepared. So I'm getting my classroom set up, as if I'm going back in person, and I'm getting my virtual classroom set up, in case I'm having virtual learning. Again, I want to be best positioning myself so I can provide my students with what they need. That's my mindset here, that's what I'm thinking. So I want to show you a little bit of my Google website, what I've been working on. This is different from Google Classroom. Google Classroom is where I'm gonna house assignments. Think about Google Classroom as like your assignment hub. That is where students turn in work. That is where you pass out work. That is where you grade. That is all the virtual back and forth on Google Classroom. That is both great for if you're doing virtual learning or if you are in the classroom. It's super effective, especially if you're in some sort of hybrid model. And then a Google website is very different. Google website is kind of like a one-stop shop portal for all things that have to do with your classroom. And here is what I am thinking for my website. So you can't judge me yet, it's not done, but here's what I'm thinking. So when you go to my website, this is what you see. The banner I created on Google Slides, this is one of those Bitmoji classrooms that all the cool kids are talking about these days. So you have my little Bitmoji guy right here. There he is. I have my light, the Ohio State University sign, and all of the things in the classroom. This is the homepage for the Google site. This is where you will come. It's also associated with my school account, so everything that families will need will be right here. I then have tabs up at the top. The tabs that I have thus far, let me get this puppy to focus. There we go. So the tabs I have up at the top are Home, which is where we are now, About Your Teacher, Class Information, Assignments, and then Contact Mr. Cohen. Let's start with About Your Teacher. So this pops up. I put a picture of me on the website. Again, if we're starting out virtually, my students aren't going to know who I am, so I have that here. I also put some of my favorite things on the side. So my favorite color is red. My favorite ice cream is anything from Mitchell's. If you are not from Cleveland, you probably do not know what Mitchell's is, and I am immensely sorry about that. And then just some of my other favorite things. Students love to hear about their teacher, so I thought that was just a quick and easy way to connect. So this is the About Me page. Next, if I click on class information, this is what pops up. I have this blank for now because I need to meet with my teammates to talk about our schedule, so I will have our schedule right here. I have my information on Class Dojo. This is what I am thinking of using for communication and behavior plans for this year. This is how I'm going to track behavior, how I'll communicate with families. I will post updates all on Dojo. So this is just providing a little bit of information about Classroom Dojo, how I use it in my classroom. I'm not 100% confident that I will be using Class Dojo, but I have it here. I will also be able to add other things to this class information page as we get closer to the school year. In assignments, I am thinking about having a drop-down window for all of the different weeks. So here I have a drop-down window and it's showing week 1. So when you click on week 1, I'm thinking it'll pull up a page that will have all of the assignments. You will see right now that this is completely blank. I have nothing here. It's because I need to meet with my teammates. We need to chat about what week 1 is going to look like. We still don't know if it's going to be virtual, if it's going to be hybrid, if it's going to be in person. So again, adding the information here is really easy. I'm also thinking that this assignment page is where I will have a link to Google Classroom. It is where I will have a link to extra resources. If families need support, if they need extra just work for their student, I'll put that here all under assignments. And then lastly, I have my contact page with my little Bitmoji over here. So he's looking at his phone, obviously, but here's my contact page. The contact page has a bunch of school information on it, so I'm not gonna show that, but it has my contact information. I talk about how I'm reachable for families to just don't hesitate to reach out, especially this year. I wanna be as supportive as possible, so I think having the contact information page is also really helpful. Thank you so much for joining me in this summer day in my life. I had a great time bringing you along for a little bit of grad school work, a little bit of Google websites, and meeting with my students this afternoon. I don't know about you, but I am thinking a lot about how I am going to create amazing experiences for my students this school year. We have never had to teach during a global health crisis before. I mean, we did in the spring, but starting the school year out this way is an entirely new beast, and regardless if you are 100% virtual, 100% in the classroom, or some sort of hybrid in between, you are not alone. We are in this together. I'm thinking a lot about how our students need us now more than ever. I chose to enter this work for our kids. I chose to enter this work to provide meaningful, incredibly transformative experiences for all students. This upcoming school year is going to be really difficult. It's going to be challenging. We're going to have to be so flexible. There's going to be constant curveballs, but we are here for our students. I joined this work. I decided to become a teacher. I decided to devote my career to education for our kids. We don't have the luxury to call it in this year. We don't have the luxury to say it's too hard. I can't deal with it. And if that's your mindset, go away. Do not be with students, because our students need leaders who are here cultivating incredibly impactful classroom communities. Our students need teachers, regardless if we are virtual, if we are in person, if we are in some sort of hybrid in between, who are going to provide them with engaging, incredible experiences, regardless of our context. We are here for our kids. We are here together. I am so grateful for each and every one of you who have decided to subscribe to this YouTube channel, who have decided to leave such meaningful comments and messages over on Instagram. It has been just such a joy getting to experience this summer and everything with each and every one of you. I appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you in the next one.